Number 7. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Starting off our list with a show that literally made me uncomfortable in the best possible way, Saga of Tanya the Evil. Now, I gotta be real with you guys. When I first saw the title and that blonde little girl on the cover, I was not prepared for what I was about to witness. Tanya the Evil is basically what happens when you take a ruthless Japanese salaryman, throw him into the body of a blonde military loli, and give him magical powers in an alternate World War setting. The mastermind aspect here is absolutely insane, because Tanya isn't just smart, she's cold, calculating, and efficient to a terrifying degree. Watching her manipulate military strategy while maintaining this innocent facade had me constantly going, oh no, at my screen. The way she uses her knowledge of modern military tactics combined with magic to completely dominate battlefields is chef's kiss. Plus, the animation during the aerial combat scenes? Absolutely gorgeous. Fair warning though, this show gets dark, like really dark. But that's what makes Tanya such a compelling mastermind. She's not your typical hero, and honestly, that's exactly why she belongs on this list. This is Emiverse Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Number 6, The Eminence in the Shadows. Okay, so number 6 is where things get absolutely hilarious, and I mean that in the best way possible. The Eminence in the Shadows is what happens when you take the mastermind trope and just break it in the most entertaining way. Sid Kaganu wants to be a shadowy mastermind so badly that he literally makes up an entire conspiracy theory about some ancient cult, recruits a bunch of girls to fight this evil organization, and then, plot twist, it turns out everything he made up is actually real. I cannot tell you how many times I've laughed out loud watching this show. The sheer audacity of this guy accidentally becoming the leader of an actual shadow organization while thinking he's just playing pretend is comedy gold. He's simultaneously the smartest and dumbest character I've ever seen, and somehow it works perfectly. The fight scenes are also absolutely stunning. When Sid goes all out with his shadow magic, it's like watching pure artistic destruction. And don't even get me started on his dramatic monologues. This man really thinks he's the main character of his own edgy light novel. And you know what? He kind of is. Number 5. I'm a noble on the brink of ruin, so I might as well try mastering magic. Now this one's a bit of a hidden gem that I stumbled across recently, and wow, what a pleasant surprise. The title is ridiculously long, classic light novel energy, but don't let that fool you. Our protagonist here is dealing with every fantasy noble's worst nightmare, bankruptcy. But instead of wallowing in self-pity, he decides to master magic to turn his fortunes around. What I love about this show is how methodical and scientific his approach to magic is. He's not just throwing spells around hoping for the best, he's analyzing, experimenting, and innovating. The mastermind element comes from how he uses his modern knowledge to revolutionize magic in his world. Watching him figure out new applications for basic spells through pure logical thinking is incredibly satisfying. It's like watching someone speedrun becoming overpowered, but with actual intelligence backing it up. Plus, the character development is really solid. You genuinely root for this guy to succeed because his struggles feel real and relatable. Who hasn't felt like they're on the brink of ruin at some point? Number 4. How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. Speaking of satisfying problem solving, let's talk about how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. This show scratched an itch I didn't even know I had for political and economic strategy in anime. Kazuya gets summoned as a hero, but instead of grabbing a sword and charging at the demon lord, he takes one look at the kingdom's problems and goes, nah, we need to fix the economy first. The absolute audacity. And you know what? He's completely right. Watching him implement real-world administrative and economic policies in a fantasy setting is oddly therapeutic. It's like watching someone play Civilization, but actually knowing what they're doing. The way he handles everything from food distribution to military restructuring using modern knowledge is brilliant. What really sells this show for me is how grounded it feels despite being a fantasy. The problems are real, the solutions are logical, and the political intrigue actually makes sense. Plus, seeing other characters slowly realize just how competent their new king is never gets old. Number 3. Seirei Gensouki, Spirit Chronicles. Now we're getting into the really good stuff. Seirei Gensouki hit me right in the feels, while also delivering some seriously clever protagonist moments. Ryo's story is fascinating because he's dealing with memories from two different lives, and watching him navigate that psychological complexity while also being strategically brilliant is captivating. The way he uses both his past life knowledge and his new world's magic system creates this unique problem-solving approach that feels fresh. What I appreciate most about Ryo is that his intelligence feels earned. He's not just naturally gifted. He works for his abilities and thinks through his decisions carefully. The political maneuvering, the way he handles dangerous situations, and his long-term planning all showcase a genuinely sharp mind. The emotional core of the story also adds weight to his strategic decisions. When you care about the characters he's trying to protect, every calculated move feels more meaningful. It's not just about being smart, it's about being smart for the right reasons. Number 2. Suicide Squad Isekai. Okay, so this one caught everyone off guard, didn't it? When I first heard Suicide Squad Isekai, I thought someone was pranking me. But holy moly, did this show deliver. Watching Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and the gang trying to figure out a fantasy world while maintaining their criminal mastermind energy is absolutely wild. The clash between modern tactical thinking and fantasy magic creates some incredibly creative problem-solving scenarios. What makes this work so well is that each character brings their own type of intelligence to the table. Deadshot's precision, Harley's chaotic genius, and the team dynamics create this fascinating group mastermind situation. They're essentially applying heist movie logic to fantasy quests, and it's brilliant. The animation style perfectly captures both the DC aesthetic and the isekai genre, creating something that feels completely unique. Plus, watching these characters adapt their skills to a world with dragons and magic is endlessly entertaining. Number 1. Mao-gun Saikyou no Majutsushi wa Ningendata. And finally, our number 1 spot goes to a show that absolutely blew my mind with its strategic depth. The premise alone is incredible. The strongest magician in the demon army is actually a human who's been playing the long game this entire time. What makes this protagonist such a phenomenal mastermind is the sheer scope of his planning. We're talking about someone who's been orchestrating events across multiple storylines, managing relationships with both humans and demons, all while hiding his true identity. The layers of deception and strategy are mind-boggling. Every revelation in this show makes you want to go back and rewatch earlier episodes because suddenly you realize just how calculated every single action was. It's like watching a magic trick where the magician finally reveals how they did it, except the trick was an entire war strategy. The character work is phenomenal too. Balancing genuine care for his demon comrades with his larger goals creates this incredible moral complexity that keeps you invested in every decision he makes. And there you have it, folks. 7 anime that prove intelligence can be just as exciting as any sword fight or magical battle. These shows remind us that sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't magic or strength, but pure, calculated brilliance. What did you think of this list? Did I miss any of your favorite mastermind protagonists? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more anime content like this. Until next time, keep watching, keep thinking, and remember, sometimes the best strategy is just being smarter than everyone else in the room.